Beautiful, beautiful humans, hello. يا أجمل ما خلق ربي سلامات. I missed you guys. I missed you so much. For the past few months I was on a sabbatical, and a much needed one at that. After being stuck in this apartment for a little over 3 years due to COVID, I finally got the chance to travel, meet new people, do many interesting things, get rid of many toxic things, alchemize whatever needs to be alchemized, and build a beautiful life for myself, a life that will carry me forward for many years to come. In today's video, I would like to talk to you about shadow work. Ooh. But before we get into that, for those who don't know who I am, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruba, the Heart-Mender, shadow work and path to self facilitator. So what is shadow work? Shadow, what does that mean? It means unseen, unknown, unfamiliar. Simply put, let's just imagine ourselves like a sandwich. 2 slices of bread with filling in the middle, correct? The outer slice of bread is the conscious self, or the self that we are aware of, the self that we put out there into the world, right? The bottom slice of bread is the unconscious self, the self that we're not aware of. And usually the unconscious self develops between ages 0 and 7 years of age, right? But more on that later. And shadow work is the filling in that sandwich. It's getting you from the conscious self, the mask, the facade, the face that you put out there to the world, and the journey that you take from there, deep down into yourself, to get to your unconscious self, to know about yourself, to meet yourself, to know your fears, to understand your triggers, and to finally recognize why you are the way that you are. That's it. However, the path that you take from the conscious, the unconscious, or the subconscious, how easy or how hard it is solely depend on you and what you are willing to do, and how hard you're willing to work to rid yourself of the things that are not true to yourself, like other people's opinions and other people's projections and other people's ideas of who you are. And this creates the conscious self, or the top slice of bread of that sandwich. It is not real. It is not true. إلا من رحم ربي طبعا. Of course, I cannot say never, because there are people who truly do present exactly who they are out to the world. Getting yourself from point A to point Z, or from top slice to bottom slice, you need to be going through these layers of the sandwich. The mayonnaise, the lettuce or tomato, the piece of cheese, the cold cuts, to the other layer of mustard or mayo, to finally bottom slice of bread. So why is shadow work important? It is extremely important because we tend to live our lives in this world haphazardly. We tend to live our life reactively to the things that happen to us, the incidents that happen in our lives, good or bad, the people in our life, the way they behave towards us and the way we understand or perceive their actions towards us. We take it personally, so we take it upon ourselves to show that out. So our vision of ourselves becomes distorted. We don't know where we begin and where we end. It becomes like a mishmash, an ambrosia salad, if you wish. And it is extremely important that we distinguish who we are from this mess. Otherwise, we'll be carrying on weight that does not belong on our backs. We will be living a life that has absolutely nothing to do with who we are. Our jobs, our studies. How many of us went to university, went to school and studied in majors that had nothing to do with what we want or who we are, simply because we wanted to please our parents? How many of us had to drop out of school to help our family in a place where they fell short to provide for us our necessities? How many of us carried on traumas that are not ours to carry? Fears and phobias that are not ours, simply because they are our parents or caretakers or caregivers. How many of us had to wear masks and distort our image to simply be accepted into a peer group? How many times did we call ourselves stupid, crazy, ugly, because of what people said about us? Shadow work is essential to figure out exactly who we are, to be able to recognize the voice that comes from inside, from all the noise that's coming from outside. If you want to know more about shadow work, do drop me a question down below, and I will talk to you next time. في أمان رب العالمين.